Connors, Degrassi, Unpopular Opinions. Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Degrassi Unpopular Opinion / hot take. And this is basically the school's out hot take. And basically how, Tessa Campanelli deserved better. Somebody put on the Degrassi Reddit, and for context, this is being taped on December 16th, 2020, 8 days ago, from Degrassi Lover, that says that showed a picture of Joey with Tessa and Caitlyn in a promo for School's Out, and it says that in my opinion, Tess wasn't in the wrong. It was Joey. He never told her he was still with Caitlyn, and when she tried to tell him she was pregnant, she was ignored. So basically, for those of you who don't know that, oh yeah, I thought I did an unpopular opinion about School's Out, but no, it was a what if. So basically, as people should know, if you are a OG fan, that Degrassi High ended in 1991, with the penultimate episode being that, Dwayne is found out to have AIDS and all that, and everyone wants to stay away from him. And then basically there was a student council meeting, and Mr. Radish met with the new school student president, Lucy, and said that basically Degrassi High will have to be shut down to get fixed, to get renovated, because, it's an oven in the summer and it's a freezer in the winter. And basically, they have to fix the old building. And basically they're like, well, why did you have the student council elections if you weren't going to have a school? And Roger said that basically it was not finalized yet, but they finally came to that decision just days after the election. And basically, Roger's gone too. So basically, every student will be split up in different high schools and all that. So basically, yeah, that's what happens. Dwayne does get help from Joey about dealing with the AIDS and all that, because Joey basically tells Dwayne that, it just came out. Joey never said anything. Like, he knew Dwayne was HIV positive, but all that. But Dwayne does not have the AIDS virus, because he said that in a thingy that Dwayne did not have that, and Dwayne caught that from a chick. So basically, yeah, it was nice. And then a year later, in January 1992, they decided to put out the movie School's Out. Basically, everyone went through a year of high school, and then basically put that, things would happen. Degrassi would have a graduating class and all that. But it was puzzling, because it's like, wait, Degrassi High had several students go to several high schools. Like, which high school was, like, Caitlyn valedictorian for and all that? Because, they probably came from different high schools and all that. Because, Degrassi closed down. Like, Joey was a year behind everyone else. So basically, he was still in high school and all that. And we don't know what the new Degrassi would look like. But I guess it was Degrassi Community School. I think that's basically the 10-year reunion, is that, from Degrassi Community School and all that, from Mother and Child Reunion. But anyhow, so Joey basically wants to be with Caitlyn, and, Caitlyn's far too busy for him. Joey is a little angry at that. And at the same time, Tessa Campanelli broke up with her boyfriend, and basically Joey finds Tessa and finds somebody to be with him and all that. But of course, Joey is still technically with Caitlyn, because Caitlyn still wants to have a relationship with Joey somehow, in some way. It's like, huh? So anyway, Joey decides to keep both girlfriends, instead of just telling Tessa that he and Caitlyn are still together somehow. Or basically telling Caitlyn that he and Tessa are a thing now. Now, for me, it's like she was a one-off character for School's Out, that movie. But actually, no. She was partially responsible for Degrassi Junior High going up in flames during the prom, because she and Scooter basically were playing tag and all that, and then they accidentally did some kind of chain of events and all that. And of course, the school's outdated alarm system ruined everything. So as much as you want to save this stuff, I basically put that, Tessa was a fantastic person, in a sense. So Tessa was there somehow in the background. And then all of a sudden, you got yourself Joey. So, of course, Joey and Tessa are a thing. And then Joey, in a night of passion, decides to have sex with Tessa, gets her pregnant. Tessa doesn't know what to do. She does try to tell Joey that she's pregnant, but gets blown off somehow. And then basically yells at him while Joey was working at Shoppers Drug Mart. Why would they be wearing yellow vests at Shoppers Drug Mart? That doesn't make sense. But this was 1991. So basically, Joey is hurt by Tessa's thing. And basically, that makes the situation easier. That Tessa breaks up with him. So he basically goes with Caitlyn. And all that. And he thinks he's in the clear and all that. Because, Tessa out of the way, he can now date Caitlyn. Unfortunately, Snake, after being harassed one too many times by Wheels and Joey for his lack of a girlfriend, basically decides to blurt out these things. And Caitlyn finds out, and Caitlyn blows off Joey. Joey realizes that he did wrong. And basically, at Alexa and Simon's wedding, Joey and Caitlyn patches up with a dance in a sense. So basically, yeah, they've kind of moved on from each other. Everyone knows that schools also had, I forget who was the one who nearly, it wasn't Alexa, someone nearly drowned in the lake. And of course, Wheels and his storyline with Lucy, and Wheels was an alcoholic, even though that Snake was disgusted because Wheels' adoptive parents went down to a drunk driver in a car crash. So basically, Wheels drives drunk, trying to get Lucy and some snacks. So basically, he ends up killing a 2-year-old. He does say that he's not personally responsible because, the 2-year-old was not wearing a seatbelt and all that. But in the end, he had served a lot of time in jail. And then he came back at the mother-child reunion in Next Gen episode 1 and basically wanted Lucy to forgive him for all his stuff. He was in jail all the time thinking about how he would talk to Lucy and all that. Lucy then realizes that Wheels was being legitimate and forgives him in a sense. So basically, this hot take is about Tessa deserved better. As we all know, I never blamed Tessa for being a temptress to Joey. I think Joey basically was his own worst enemy. And weird as it sounds, the person with the boy with the 2 girls and seeing each other without trying to have them not know about each other, the apple doesn't fall from the tree, even though that Joey and Craig are not related in a sense, blood related. They are related because Craig is the son of Julia, who ended up leaving her first husband, Albert, to be with Joey. And basically, Albert beats up Craig. All that. But basically, yeah, Craig ends up with Manny and Ashley and sees both of them. He ends up getting Manny pregnant. And, Ashley is not too pleased with it. Both girls dump them off. And Craig doesn't know what to do. But when Manny gets pregnant, Craig wants to be there for for Manny. Because it's the right thing to do. Craig doesn't really have much of a family. His mom's dead. His dad is dead. Joey is, no help. But Craig kind of is a scumbag towards Joey sometimes. And is upset that, Manny wants to give up the baby and all that. At least this time, Craig knew that he got someone pregnant. Joey didn't. So anyway, a person did the Reddit post and said Tessa deserved better. And people say that basically people are always against her. Livian said, I was going to say Tessa's nicer in the show, but she does kiss Yick behind Alex's back. I don't think she was really a boyfriend stealer. Joey led her on, and she didn't deserve the ending she got. Caitlyn wasn't perfect either. She did kiss Claude behind Joey's back. It's where Degrassi really differed from other shows in terms of good guys and bad guys. They're kids. But Livian doesn't point out that with Caitlyn kissing Claude behind Joey's back, it actually was that Caitlyn and Joey broke up in a sense. They were on again and off again. And part of the off again is that when Caitlyn's with Claude, and Claude basically, and she likes Claude because he likes movies and is an environmental activist. Unfortunately, Claude leaves Caitlyn high and dry at a protest, and Caitlyn ends up getting a lot of community service, and she basically hates Claude, even though Claude's trying to get back with her. Caitlyn just doesn't trust him, rightfully so. And of course, Claude has his own personal problems, and basically goes to the bathroom and kills himself. Someone said, it's easier for people in Caitlyn and Joey's situation to blame the home record, that being Tessa. Sad because Tessa and Joey had great chemistry, and basically Joey and Caitlyn were stale by then. And someone said, Pancakes and Ketchup said, I think Caitlyn and Joey behaved more like a couple in Schools Out than they did in the entire series. Does that count Next Gen? Somebody said, I feel by the time, and Livia said to that remark, I feel like by the time they did Schools Out, the actors grown up more, so they could do content the show shied away from. But yeah, you hardly see Caitlyn and Joey together, quote unquote, in the show, like making out. They hook up at the end of junior high. And you know, Caitlyn's looking at Chloe first day of high school, and they don't get back together until the end of Degrassi High. So the big chunk of the relationship was off screen and all that. And Pancake said the same can be said for Sean and Emma. They went on a date in season 1, broke up a few episodes later. Well, that was because Sean accidentally hit Emma while trying to beat up on Jimmy. Got back together in the middle of season 2. Didn't see them together again until beginning of season 3, and they break up mostly because Sean wants to be with Jay's crew. We don't see each other. They don't really see each other again until season 6 for a few episodes, and then he's gone. Actually, yeah, for a few episodes. Yeah, right. That was the main part of season 6 is that Emma was with Sean. They weren't really a couple until season 6. Well, technically, there was a bit of a connection between Sean and Emma in season 4 because, you know, Sean saved Emma from being shot, and Emma may have had feelings for Sean, saying that at least he was willing to help her out. And somebody said, I'm glad they didn't show Tessa and Caitlyn fighting or having fallen out or over anything over it. They basically were like, screw Joey. There's a theory that Tessa actually kept the baby somehow. And then someone said, like I said, it's interesting they did the same storyline Craig, Manny, and Ashley years later. Yep, right about that. And then I wrote, wait, Tessa told Joey she was pregnant? And did she tell that she made an abortion? And Degrassi 11 said, in the Schools Out movie, she called to tell him, but he was actually out with Caitlyn. Tessa basically knew about the pregnancy and kind of spiked too. Livian said that she was going to sing Happy Birthday on his answering machine. And that's when she found out he wasn't out with his parents for his birthday. And then she said he hadn't the slightest idea what he had done. By then, she's had an abortion. So, basically, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, Tessa for how I think people should hate Tessa for the fact that she kind of inadvertently got Degrassi Junior High burnt because of her actions with Scooter. More so than, you know, being a homewrecker to Joe and Caitlyn saying, Joey's the real troublemaker in this situation. I mean, yeah, you can slut shame all you want, but I wouldn't slut shame. I just basically said Joey was the bad guy, and everyone knew that. So, yeah, I think Joey was terrible and all that. And I don't have sympathy for the guy. This is a situation. I know he moved on and all that. And it was weird how Caitlyn and Joey connected, like in Next Gen, like season 3 and all that. And we were all thinking maybe this could be it. But basically, Joey just didn't feel the same way. I don't know why. Caitlyn was nuts over Joey. And then basically, Joey left her high and dry. I don't know why. But anyway, thanks for watching this unpopular opinion / hot take, and have a good day.